Hello everybody, my name's TankRunner, and welcome to another episode of Drawing Roulettes and World Building. Sorry, hold on, let me get that. We did it! We hit 500 subscribers. I mean, we're almost to 700 at this point, but don't tell anyone, it'll ruin the surprise. I asked you guys for questions so we could get to know each other a little bit better, and we got a decent amount of them, so let's not waste any more time. Laster, who are your most prominent art inspirations? This is a super hard question for me. Art-wise, not that many things inspire me. I've always been interested in art for as long as I can remember. Here's a weird story. When I was in, I think maybe 8th grade or something like that, my art class took a trip to an art museum. We had this tour guide that took us around, and she brought us to this life-size painting of Abraham Lincoln. It was the most amazing thing that I had ever seen. This painting was straight up like just looking at a real-life Abraham Lincoln. And no joke, it f***ing changed everything for me. I wanted so bad to be that good at anything. So this tour guide lady points at the Abraham Lincoln painting and says, "So which do you think took more time and effort to paint? This one or this one?" And then points at another painting next to Abraham Lincoln of like a horrific giant baby, like the kind of shit that you would find pinned on the wall of a serial killer, or like when a parent in a horror film looks at their kids' drawings and finds something that makes them super uncomfortable about who actually lives in the house. Anyway, so it was f***ing bad, so all of us said the Abraham Lincoln. She then told us no, which is f***ing crazy to me. She doesn't know the answer to this, but she says that the baby one took way longer to complete because it was an emotional piece that wasn't realistic. It was abstract, so the painter had to pour their heart onto the page, therefore the baby is better and took more time and effort to do. Yeah. No, that's f***ing nuts what you just said. I didn't say that, but I did tell her she was wrong, and then my art teacher had to step in because a grown woman wanted to get in a fight with a f***ing child. Oh, there is a YouTuber named Noodle that I found in like the last week or so that I'm in absolute love with, that has really been pushing me to up my game when it comes to my videos. He's hilarious. All the comedy in his videos is my kind of humor. All the jokes land for me, and the different super creative ways that he makes his videos, the different animation styles and all that, it's amazing, and it makes me think outside of the box when trying to do really difficult or time-consuming things in my videos. Dino Crusher 3001. Why have you started making this great content? I've always been interested in film, so YouTube obviously grabbed my attention. I've jumped from channel to channel since pretty much the beginning of the site, trying different things that I was interested in at the time, but were also things that I thought people would like to see. This is just the most recent attempt at doing that. I've done a lot of comedy skit channels, a few Let's Play channels, one where I posted a bunch of short films that I made while I was in college, and then during all this time where the world has sort of been shut off, I really wanted something new to work on and to put time into. I wanted to feel productive, but I also wanted to do something that I never had the time to do, so I combined a bunch of things that I love to do and made this channel. None of your business. What inspired you to start making a Pokemon region? Was it another YouTuber or artist who did the same thing? Nothing really inspired me to do it. I knew I wanted to make a channel that allowed me to make art and world build, because those are my most favorite things to do. So when I was brainstorming ideas for videos that fit to that, I pretty quickly decided on doing my own Pokemon region. I have been subscribed to Subjectively for a few years now, and they do similar things as my channel, but he was way less of an inspiration and more of a benchmark for the amount of effort I wanted to put into my videos. I try and make sure that my videos have more content to offer per video. Also, and this isn't me taking shots at him, but his videos are mostly about the art and nothing else, which seems like an obvious and dumb thing to say, but there isn't much of a personality that comes out in those videos. And that's not really a subjectively issue, but more of an issue of most art channels that I've seen like his that get big. So I wanted something that had more humor, and if I wasn't as good of an artist as those people, I was going to have to bring other things to the table to make up for it. And I think I do that with the lore and just being honest with you guys about who I am. Smiles75, what is your dream game? The game that would ruin all other games for you. Skyrim, mixed with Valheim, mixed with Dragon Quest IX, mixed with Dark Souls. That sounds like the ramblings of a f***ing madman. I am so sorry. Let me get into a little bit more detail to explain myself. Crazy amounts of customization on what my character looks like, a bunch of different equipment to craft or buy or find, some kind of building system, strong immersion so I can get lost in the world, lots of lore to find while I'm exploring to learn more things about the world, but without it being ham-fisted. But also the lore can't be so in-depth that there's no room for me to make my character and come up with my own backstory, you know? For example, I like the lore and the world of games like Skyrim and Fallout, but they always make a main story that forces your character to be something that you either don't want to be, or it will affect the way you play the game. I don't want to be forced to be something in an RPG. Make a main story, sure, but there's no reason that it can't function the same way as any of the other side quests in the game, just longer. Don't make me the chosen one, the Dragonborn, or a f***ing dad without me deciding to be those things. Also, an absurd amount of characters to recruit into your party. Or for those of you that don't know about Dragon Quest IX, because it's sort of a hidden gem, that game lets you customize a whole party of people to the same level as your own character. And not just 4 characters either. You can make a bunch of them, each as a different class if you want. It's great if you're the kind of person who likes to make yourself and all of your friends in games like XCOM. There's a lot of problems with Dragon Quest IX, but the party and class system is pretty unique, and as far as I know, hasn't been replicated to that extent ever since. Missy Dupop, question for you. Do you pour the milk or the cereal first? Also, your videos are so awesome. Congrats on getting 500 subscribers. Thank you. This reminds me of an idea I had for a podcast where we talk about common things that everyone does, but then bring up the surprisingly large minority of people who do those things in f***ing insane ways. And then I record people's reactions to learning about them. For example, some people eat waffles with ketchup, which I would hope most people would think is weird. But actually, it's pretty common. Or what about this far more disgusting one that my mind still can't get over to this day? Some families have a utensil that they lovingly refer to as a poop knife for dealing with clogged toilets that are being particularly stubborn. Sounds f***ing nuts, right? Well, guess what? Ask around your friend circle. One of them has one. Anyway, that was another long tangent, but this question deserves to be on that podcast when I eventually make it, because anyone who puts milk down first. You'd either spill cereal all over the table, or you'd have a bowl that's like 7/8 milk to 1/8 cereal. Not to mention the layer of dry-ass cereal that you'd have to eat through. This is the whole which way does the toilet paper go on the roll? There is a right and wrong answer to that question. I have been talking a lot about toilets. Not me. What happened to Two-Player Couch? I don't know if you saw my recommended channels section or if you were a fan. Either way, I never expected anyone to bring this up, but I'm glad to answer. For those of you that don't know, Two-Player Couch was a Let's Play channel that I made with my friend DePietro. We tried all kinds of different stuff, but sadly nothing ever grabbed the attention of a big enough fan base for us to realistically continue the channel. I still think a lot of the videos that we made were great, and some of them are f***ing hilarious. We just never found the right formula for the channel. We tried short videos, long videos, uploads on different days, once a week, every day. Nothing really worked, so we had to stop and move on to something else. No George, what is your favorite Fakemon you've made so far? That one might be too hard to answer, but I can give you what my team would be at this point in the game. Bandacrush, Shred Shrike, Quilliquake, Jabberant, Ariados, and Kangaskhan. Honorable mentions to Guanator, who I think is an awesome design, but it's just not a Pokemon for me. Sluggernaut, which I couldn't have because Luskin cannot be caught in the wild yet, and Macabraith because I can only have one starter as of right now. Caden, why is your channel so underrated? I get this question a lot, and it's not really a question that I can answer, but I wanted to use the time to talk about something with you guys. I know the channel is still really small, but it's been growing non-stop, and that's thanks to all of you. All the likes, comments, and views really help me, because then YouTube recommends my videos to other people, and then it just keeps spreading. It's still not big, but because of you guys, I genuinely think it will be in the future. But if you think my channel is underrated and you don't think it should be, please share my videos with your friends on any social media. Even better if you can find an appropriate place to share my stuff on Reddit. I think my channel can grow a following. The people just need to know it exists. Thanks again for all the help. Microsoft Fox. What do I use to draw? I use Photoshop and then I use Premiere Pro to edit my videos. But I found a pretty good deal to have the whole Adobe suite. So if you're just starting out, I can't in good conscience recommend that. There are better alternatives. Also, this question came with some extra stuff that isn't really another question, but I'd still like to cover it for a second. When I make a YouTube channel, I'm going to be an exact carbon copy of you. I'm flattered. That's awesome that I've inspired you so much, and it's cool if you want to do what I do, but also be sure that you aren't doing what I do just because you want to be like me. Do what you want to do, be yourself, and people will show up. It might take a really long time, but trust me, when you make it, you'll be happy that you focused on being the first you and not the second me. There are channels that I'm sure are out there that are very similar to mine, but I like to think that I bring enough personality into my videos and put enough of my own personal spin on things that my content ends up being unique to me and my channel. Thanks for all the awesome questions. It means a lot to me that you guys all took the time to take part in my 500 subscriber Q&A. You're the true fans, and I'm glad you're the ones that are going to be the foundation for our community going forward. Let's aim for 1,000. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps me out. If you want to take a crack at drawing any of the prompts I've done, or you want to send me some artwork to help flesh out some of my worlds, please send them to me over on my Twitter. I love to see what you guys make. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.